Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the June 6, 2018 business meeting of the Daytona Beach Community Redevelopment Agency. We're delighted to have each of you with us this evening. At this time, we would ask that Ms. LaMagna review the procedures for tonight's meeting.
Good evening. Agendas are available in the front of the room on the table to my right. All the exhibits pertaining to items on the agenda are posted on the bulletin board. Please feel free to view the exhibits at any time during tonight's meeting. You are required to fill out a blue form to speak before the Community Redevelopment Agency. The blue forms are located next to Assistant City Clerk, Ms. Allison Brown. You must complete the sections that ask for your name, address, topic of concern, agenda item number, signature, and date. The form must be completed and placed in the designated box. You will not be allowed to speak if your form is not placed in the designated box. Resolutions under administrative items 6 are open for public comments, and you may fill out a blue form to speak when that item is called. All citizens completing a blue form will be allowed to speak for 2.5 minutes. When you approach the lectern, please speak clearly into the microphone and give your full name and address. The 2.5-minute clock on the monitor above and directly in front of you will start running when you begin to speak. Pay close attention to your time. You will be told when your time has expired. Disorderly conduct in a public meeting of the City Commission. Article 2, Section 6238 of the City Code of Ordinances reads as follows. It shall be unlawful for any person to behave in a riotous or disorderly manner in any public meeting of the City Commission or any committee, agency, or board thereof, or to cause any unnecessary disturbances therein by force, shouting, or any other action that is calculated to disrupt such meeting, or to refuse to obey any ruling of the presiding officer or such meeting relative to the orderly process thereof. All conversation must take place either at the lectern or on the dais so that everyone can hear the business being discussed tonight.
Ms. LaMagna, may we have a roll call, please?
Commissioner Gilliland.
Here.
Commissioner Henry.
Here.
Commissioner Reed. Commissioner Traeger.
Here.
Commissioner Delgado.
Here.
Commissioner White. Here. Mayor Derek L. Henry.
Here.
Motion to excuse Commissioner Reed. Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Gilliland and a second from Commissioner Traeger to excuse Commissioner Reed. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those in opposition, same sign. The motion carries 6-0. And we'll now have the invocation led by Commissioner Traeger, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Gilliland. Please rise for the invocation and Pledge of Allegiance.
Heavenly Father, bless this assemblage and our audience and the commission. Give us wisdom, patience, and understanding. Bless our soldiers and our armed forces overseas and our police department, our first responders, our fire department. Leave this meeting with patience, with understanding, with good spirit for the rest of the day and the rest of the week and the rest of the month. Thank you, Heavenly Father.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll now move on to item number 4, which is approval of the minutes of the May 16, 2018 business meeting of the Community Redevelopment Agency.
We have a motion by Commissioner Traeger and a second by Commissioner Gilliland. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. We'll now move on to item number 5. It is our agenda approval. If there are any changes, Mr. Chisholm will read them at this time.
No changes, Mr. Mayor.
Second.
I have a motion from Commissioner Gilliland. We'll take a second from Commissioner Delgado. All those in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those in opposition, same sign. Motion carries 6-0.
We'll now move on to item number 6, which is our administrative items. Item number 6A is the Public Works General Mechanical Corporation Band Shell Phase 2 Change Orders 1 and 2 Resolution. A resolution approving the expenditure of Main Street Redevelopment Area Tax Increment Funds in the amount of $66,141 for change orders number 1 and 2 to the Band Shell Phase 2 project with General Mechanical Corporation and providing an effective date.
So moved.
We have a motion from Commissioner Traeger and a second from Commissioner Gilliland. Do we have any speakers?
I do have speakers, Mr. Mayor. Our first speaker is Mr. John Nicholson.
John Nicholson, 413 North Grandview Avenue. Before I start, you have an item listed here which is different from what you have listed in the next meeting. The next meeting will list all the things that will be needed to be corrected or improved. I think it should have been included in this so that people are aware of it. Oftentimes we don't have enough information. Secondly, those items that are listed in the next meeting are, what to me, 5 of which are a given. They should have been in the original plan. Redoing the floor, the hardwood floor on the second floor. I mean, that's a given. You have to do that. Replacing the tile in the bathrooms, you've got to do that. So a lot of these things should have been done in the original remodeling, okay? I do have a problem with the funds for the Main Street CRA. We're always told we don't have any. You can't do this, you can't do that because there are no funds. I constantly hear complaints from business owners who come in, they're remodeling, they're doing things that we want them to do. We have a facade grant, they come in for the facade grant, and then they're told there's no money. So they're coming in October, which is the beginning of the fiscal year, and there's no money. So here's $66,000, doesn't sound like a lot, but it's 11 facade grants. So I'm asking you to be careful of what you're doing. It doesn't seem like a lot compared to whatever else is being spent on the band shell, but it does mean a lot to the people in the area who want to fix up. There's a guy right there at the old parsonage for the Methodist Church is remodeling. He would have liked, he didn't even know he could get a facade grant. He said there was no money. So I told him October 1st, go in there and try to get it at that point. It may be all used up before he gets in there, but it is an issue with a lot of people that they apply for it. There's a gentleman that's going to speak. He also went through this, and they said, do all this stuff, keep your paperwork, and then, again, he comes in, presents his paperwork, there's no money for the facade grant. So I'm asking you, I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but it is 11 people who could have gotten facade grants. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Joel Lewis, who's speaking on the band shell change orders number 1 and 2.
Doral Lewis, 340 North Street, Daytona Beach. The band shell is the gem of the boardwalk. It's the masterpiece. I approve the upgrades, even if they are change orders. General contractors sometimes cannot understand what a remodeling job can do, especially when it comes to a particular building like this one. That's one of a kind. You have no idea what you're going to find. The cracks in the foundation and on the exterior walls are the most important to keep the elements out, especially salt water. So keep that gem alive. It's been there a long time. Thank you.
That was my final speaker, Mr. Mayor.
All righty, we have a motion and a second. Do we have any questions or comments from the commission? All right, motion and a second. All those who are in favor, let it be known by saying aye.
Aye.
Those who are opposed, same sign. Motion carries 6-0. Do we have any comments from the commission? All right. If not, then we will conclude this meeting, and we will convene with our regularly scheduled meeting in about 3 to 4 minutes, as quickly as possible.